Here's how to make moving easier as a writer. Hello, I'm author Denise Turney, and I'm online at Chistel, CHISTELL.com, and I'm also the author of the book Love Pour Over Me, amongst other titles. I recently moved, and so I want to share some tips with you because I was in the Navy, but now I'm out of the service. And moving, I don't care if you're in the service or not, if you have professional help or not, moving is work. So I want to share some tips. Here's how to make moving easier as a writer, and I say as a writer because we have some things that other people moving may not have, like valuable manuscripts and books, particularly if you are an independent writer or a self-published author. You don't want to mess those up. You don't want to have to go back and have to reprint books, which could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there's a little bit of difference in those regards to moving as a writer. So here's how to make moving easier as a writer, and I hope that I save you time and energy and some headaches. Pick a date that you are going to move, and this is whether you work for an employer or you write full time. So pick a date that you want to move, and I encourage you to set that date out a few months. So complete writing projects in advance. This will help you to relax. Gifting yourself with time to move without worrying about a freelance writing assignment, writing the next chapter in your novel, especially if you're on deadline, writing blog articles, etc. You can move and knowing these things are done, and you can relax. Create a checklist of actions that you need to complete for the move. Do you need to get somebody to babysit your children? Do you need somebody to pet sit for you if you have pets? Uh, do you need to? Are you going to have your car towed, shipped? What are some things? Do you need to check with somebody to see if they're going to drive? If you do a U-Haul truck or another one of those trucks you drive yourself, it can save you cost. Who are you going to get to do that for you? And then also have a backup plan in case something happens with that person. Maybe they end up having to work and you have to have a backup. So create a checklist of actions that you need to complete for the move. Give away books to these are excess books that you know you're not going to keep, or you want to start living with more space, with more simple lifestyle, so you don't want to have thousands of books maybe cluttering your home. So you want to give away some books to people who might be trying to learn to read. They could be used at libraries. They could be used for in schools for students, underfunded schools for students to learn to read. These are valuable things that these books could be used for. So give away books to local libraries. Give away unused clothes, furniture, and other goods in advance of the move. Charitable organizations, they may pick up these items for you for free. And they can help you declutter without any extra cost to you. Give yourself 2 to 3 months to prepare to move, which is what I mentioned earlier. Update your address with the post office, Amazon.com, and other booksellers, so they have your most up-to-date contact details. If you work outside your home, like for a corporation, etc., check with your employer to see if they will pick up a portion or all of your relocation expenses. Ask family, friends, and colleagues to give you large moving boxes, and your neighbors, instead of them just tossing them in the garbage. Schedule loading and unloading trucks and moving experts. It is a huge time and energy saver to work with people who are professionals at this. Figure out how many boxes you will need. Again, you can get boxes from family and friends, or you can go purchase boxes. Home Depot, I found it was cheaper than some of the local, like the U-Haul, local U-Haul stations. They were cheaper. But so figure out how many boxes you will need, including boxes to move your writing journals, writing manuscripts, and your books. Another tip, if you have, like I think I have 2 or 3 large file cabinets. I just kept my manuscripts and things in the file cabinets, and I used the heavy moving tape and taped the drawers closed. They put them on a dolly and just put them right on the truck, because that would have been a lot of stuff to move in and out of a box. So that's worked very well for me. Start packing again, 2 to 3 moving boxes a week. Give yourself your mind. Moving is change. Give yourself time to adjust to the change. So 2 to 3 boxes a week, and then it never feels like it's too much. Because when you come up on that moving date, you're gonna be busy. I don't care how much you prepare in advance. Set your new home, see your new home in your mind's eye, whether it's a house, apartment, a cabin, a cottage, wherever you're going. See where you will create your writing office or writing space. Hopefully you've seen this home either online or in person, hopefully in person or visited the apartment. Just where you would like to put your desk. I am a big fan of putting my writing desk in front of a window so I have access to a lot of natural light. Research things about your new residence and the community before you get there. Are there organizations you want to get involved with? Are there book clubs? Are there library events at the library or the local bookstore? A lot of book clubs meet at local bookstores. So you check into those types of things. Can you get involved in mentoring someone, teaching somebody how to read? Get involved in some arts or literacy organization. Write in a journal throughout the move. This may help give your inner self or your mind the tools and time to adjust to the change. Again, like I said, moving is change. Develop a backup plan should arrangements fall through. I mentioned that earlier about like if you had somebody going to drive your truck, do you need to learn how to drive a truck? Do you need to learn? And you'll have that confidence that it will get done. This way you can keep the move on schedule. And that's something I do want to learn how to do is to drive a big truck. So if I move again, I don't have to worry, just jump in that truck. And I know women who tell me they did it without any experience. They got in their truck and moved across country. They were nervous, but they did it. Starting to move at the wee hours in the morning when there's less traffic and you have time to get accustomed to driving the truck. Reserve a moving truck that is big enough to fit all of your household belongings, again, including your books, your manuscripts, your file cabinets, your writing office desk, etc. Pack the truck right. And whether you're doing it or the pros are doing it, make sure it's packed right. If they don't pack it right, things can either get broken while they're being packed, unpacked, or during the move if things are shaking around too much. You can also take up more space if the things aren't packed right. So just make sure they are. If you're moving from an apartment, make sure that you have, I learned this one the hard way. Make sure that you have the right keys to turn in the management. If not, you could pay for the locksmith cost or for the new keys. Because sometimes apartments will leave the old keys in a drawer and you might say, there's my keys. Turn in old keys that don't work on the door no more because when people move, the apartment changes the locks. So make sure you turn in the right locks. Okay, I'm just a tip passing on to you. Have all maintenance issues. This is something else I learned the hard way. Have all maintenance issues fixed before you move, so that doesn't come out of your security deposit or you end up paying for it. Make sure everything is fixed. If there's any issues at that apartment, have maintenance fix it before you move. Find out again about local writing events, book festivals, and more. Get involved in these events and start introducing your writing works to your new community. And these are tips for how to make a move easier for you, the writer, from author Denise Turney. Please visit me online at Chistel, CHISTELL.com, and pick up a copy of one of my books, my latest, Love Poetry by Denise Turney. Bye for now.